So I'm walking and I saw something that I've never seen in my neighborhood. In like the 10 years I've been here, I saw graffiti.
What?
Clearly it's a graffiti made by a young teenager. It's just like a little animal.
Tag.
The people who gentrified my neighborhood 10 years ago had kids.
Yeah.
And now these kids are now adolescents.
Ah.
So they're just being rebel teenagers like tagging the walls.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. Guys, if your rent is too high, just go tag every wall. Just go drop penises. Just who's gonna move in a neighborhood when there's just walls of penises everywhere? And then rent is gonna go or start doing crack. My name is Amer. This is
Gabriel.
Gabriel Omassi, guys.
I want to say hi to our commenters, Vlad
QC. What's up, brother?
And Nico from last episode.
What's up, Nico? Thank you. Yeah, this is the second time I was trying to do it standing up.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure who isn't a 10-year-old boy is my brother's wife's dad, Frank. Thank you for listening to the podcast and telling everybody.
Shout out to Frank.
Listen to this. This is what type of guy he is. He takes his whole family out to dinner, right? The daughters are there, the brother. The whole time, all he's talking about is, why don't you guys go to our comedy show? Yeah. He's like, it's good value. It's really funny. I swear to God, the whole time he's like, what's wrong with you guys? Go to the show.
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah. That's such a nice guy.
He's a good dad.
I salute you guys.
Salute to Frank.
Salute Frank. Yeah, Frank. Officer.
Officer Frank, thank you so much.
He's an officer and a gentleman.
He looks very cool. I remember he had a cool hat when he came to the show.
Yeah.
He's a cool hat guy.
He's a cool hat guy. And
So thank you guys. Thank you for listening. We got 1% more subscribers. We're at 6,070. So
that's wild. Yeah, the 70 jumped pretty fast.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And what else is new? That's
it. Thank you so much, everybody. That's the podcast.
That's the podcast.
It's been great. Dude, I feel I'm in a great mood today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it's nice. I went for a walk yesterday.
Dude, that's 100% it. I haven't gone for any walks. I'm so jealous.
It's like an hour and a half walk, just listening to music. I haven't been on a walk in my neighborhood for like
night
a
walk
year.
Or sun walk?
Night walk.
I'm
a night walker.
Yeah, night walker.
I'm a night walker.
People drive by. Hey, girl. Would you come? How much,
no,
girl?
This usually people just switch sides really quickly. Like I get the feel like black people when they're like, oh, people are like, I get it. This with this haircut and
but also
no emotions on my face. I just
In the winter, it's kind of nice when people switch sides because there's no room on the sidewalk. So if you're a guy.
Are you gonna call a fat guy? If you're a fat guy, if you're a fat guy, because I walk like this.
If you go, especially in the winter, right now it's not bad because it's like global warming and it's helping the economy.
El Niño.
Something. And you're walking, it's snowy. You have this much path, and you have like two. We call them corpse walkers. Me and Claire. They're basically word you can't see on YouTube. Whatever you call it, dead. I'll bleep it. Dead. They're basically dead. It's so funny. We bleep the most innocuous words, and it seems like we're actually saying horrible stuff, but we're just—it's so stupid. Yeah. So very slow walkers,
like
and so
old people.
You know what to do. Old people, tourists, whatever. You can't blame a tourist because they're like, look at the building, look at that building. Wow, breakfast, lunch. Wow, look at that long line. I bet it's good. That's all they're saying because that's what I say.
McDonald's. Ooh, we don't have that in my neighborhood. Ooh.
No. Yeah. So
what do you do? What's your strategy to bypass?
We like run in the street and we're like, we just jump around them.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. My body is not used to this physical strain.
Damn, this physical strain.
Yeah. But I noticed, so anyways, yesterday I was walking. As I said, I haven't been walking for like a year in my neighborhood. And I always have the same path, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking and I saw something that I've never seen in my neighborhood. In like the 10 years I've been here, I saw graffiti.
What?
Clearly it's a graffiti made by a young teenager because it's not like all fancy. It's just like a little animal.
Tag.
It's a tag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I like the people who gentrified my neighborhood 10 years ago had kids.
Yeah.
And now these kids are now adolescents. So they're just being rebel teenagers like tagging the walls.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. Guys, if your rent is too high, just go tag every wall. Just go drop penises. Just who's going to move in a neighborhood when there's just walls of penises everywhere? Tag penis land. Just make every neighborhood just an ode to the penis, and no one's gonna move to your neighborhood, and then rent is gonna go or start doing crack.
Yeah. You know, like neighborhoods have like their neighborhood, like their own security, right?
Yeah, we don't. I
find that so weird. Like,
why?
There's the police.
Yeah.
And then there's like a guy that isn't the police policing everything. and you have to like avoid him. But I remember like I'd always would sneak into TMR because I live in Park X.
Yeah.
It was just like a go over gate, right?
Yeah.
And I used to just like drink beer and run around and drive really fast. It was actually terrifying. I didn't condone any of the driving really fast, but my friends would like 2 a.m. I would be trapped in the car. I told you my stories of like for some reason my friends like like to drive really fast, and I'd be just trapped in the car pretending I didn't want to be there, and they would fly through stop signs. Like they wouldn't stop. They would go like 80 in TMR, like in a residential neighborhood, and the whole time I'm like, we're gonna hit it like a deer or something. We're gonna hit like an old man. We're gonna hit
you. It's Shabbat. I'm going for a walk.
Oh, terrifying. But yeah.
But that's exactly rebel teenagers bring the value of a property down.
So scary.
So
teenagers are scary.
Nice. It's not. No, I like seeing like rebellion like this.
Yeah. Well, that's like middle class rebellion where it's like guys writing, I got a B-. Or
dude, I swear the guy is just hay. I'll send you the.
Oh really? It's just
hay.
I saw that.
With a little dog. I'm like, this is. That's a young boy. Hey.
Yeah, that's still like that's
I love
cute.
it.
Yeah, that's
it's
not bad.
Great.
Hey.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's very like
whoever you are, the guy who drew like a little fox.
Yeah.
Hey, keep tagging my name. I want rent to go down.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean,
it's very pleasant to walk in the neighborhood to see like the new places open up. It's like I'm a tourist in my neighborhood again.
Yeah, that's nice.
I remember I told when my friend Guillaume was single.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let's go back here. When my friend Guillaume was single, and he's like he created like a Bumble profile and Hinge profile. He's like, and he was looking for the caption. I told him just write a tourist in my own city.
Aww.
And dude, he like 4 ladies.
And in French, I bet it's all like romantic and
stuff.
Yeah,
un touriste dans ma ville.
Wow, it sounds nice. Yeah, it sounds nice.
And he got laid because it's true. He is a.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what to write. I'm like, you go out, you have a life. You're always like, you should write a tourist in my own city.
Wow.
And then.
It's true because women, all they want to do, they just want to do stuff all day.
Spend money.
Yeah, they just want to do stuff, and so it makes sense.
Yeah, you were telling me like your wife is like she can't.
Yeah, no, she can't sit down.
She can't sit down.
Yeah.
Which is the absolute. The only thing I'm like I can sit down for not even sit down, lie down.
Yeah.
That's the evolution.
I love lying down. I love lying
on
down.
a sofa.
Yeah. But I've gotten way better at not lying down because I used to lie down. I remember as a kid waking up and then not waking up and just lying down the whole day and then being like, why can't I sleep? And my back would hurt and I couldn't sleep, and then I'd be tired, so I'd sleep. I just constantly just be sleeping for days on end. That was summer for me, like a lot of times.
Yeah,
but that was like kind of pathetic, like in my CGIP summers where like I should have a job.
But what do you? Oh yeah.
I should have a job.
No, I think it's important to have a few losery summers. Mm-hmm. So that you avoid the losery feeling.
I really
like. I came to the realization that I lost my mojo. You know, like the Austin Powers lost his mojo.
Yeah,
and it's not a penis. It's a feeling.
Spirit
thing.
mojo.
It's not a penis thing. It's a feeling thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh man, where am I? Because my career is going well. I'm doing a lot of shows. My income is going high.
Oh, that's
just
good.
in comedy.
Wow.
I'm booked like a month in advance,
wow,
2 months in advance. I'm headlining 2 shows on Valentine's Day. Like,
wow,
comedy's going well. I haven't bombed in like some time. I'm like, this is going well. Why am I I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like after my last breakup, I feel like my mojo was. Like, it was a pretty girl, and she's like, hey, Amer, we should make out. Like, she was like, hey, come hang out. I'm like, nah.
Really?
Like, I just don't feel like I ate too much. That's literally the excuse I give. Like, I ate too much, and I have to wake up early tomorrow. She's like I'm inviting you to my house. Like, you don't have to just come.
Just
Let
come.
me.
Yeah. And no,
and I thought, I'm like, why am I? She's gorgeous.
I gotta take
if she's listening, salam alaikum.
I gotta take away your nachos and cheese and like salsa.
It's insane. It's insane how much mouth pleasures.
Yeah.
How much it occupies a high place and hierarchy of pleasures that I enjoy right now. Maybe this is what getting old. That's why you see maybe old people, they're all fat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because like there's nothing. Yesterday I ate like 3 bars of chocolate.
Ooh.
If not 4.
But like bars, what's a bar?
Like a coffee crisp.
Are they the big heart or like
Mars.
the ones with Dollarama coffee crisp?
I diversify.
No, but like big, huge ones or small?
Yeah, like a double Mars.
Okay,
or a single coffee crisp.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's delicious.
Mama, yeah.
And I eat. I'm like, this is so good, so good.
Yeah.
But then I wake up. I'm like, no, I need to. But then I'm like, ow.
Yeah, you gotta eat.
I gotta read. I have to teach myself when I'm full. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, but the thing, food like that won't get you full really ever. You'll
No.
just feel bad. You don't really feel full.
Here's, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fat people will understand me. Here's my process of eating. I eat salty, and I'm like, I need to balance it out. Then I eat
sugar.
sweet. Then I'm like, oh, I miss salty. Then I go back to salty.
Yeah.
Then I go back to sweet.
Yeah.
Then I go back to salty.
Uh-huh.
Then I take a nap.
Uh-huh.
Then I wake up, and I'm like,
Oh,
back to salty, back to sweet. And I'm like, I've been eating for 2 hours. Like
that's
this.
so much,
It's
man.
dude, I gained 25 pounds.
That's crazy. That's so wild.
And then a girl's like, "Hey, want to make out?"
And
And
you're
you're
like-
like, "No."
You're like, I'm in salty mode, so I'm gonna wait till I'm in sweet mode. Hold on, I'll get some sugar maybe later. I'll take a nap.
I feel bad. Anyways,
Yeah, well, it's fine. She'll get over it, you know.
of course you will.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just it's nice. And I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
dumb, dumb. But yeah, as I said yesterday, I went for a walk.
That's good. Where'd you walk? Just around the neighborhood?
I have a trajectory I do, like an hour and a half.
Nice.
It was nice.
You should walk. Actually, no, whatever. No, I was gonna say walk to Park X. I'm like, why?
Why would I go to Park
Yeah,
X?
I know.
Get
You don't know
stabbed,
anything that I know.
Come back smelling like curry.
Oh, that's not so bad. Curious?
And I have a specific walk
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I walk,
Yeah.
and it's a nice walk. It's not there's nothing interesting.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just that it's a walk I've always been taking,
Uh-huh.
so I know every potholes. I can close my eyes and do that walk.
Oh wow.
And I'll be.
I haven't had sun in a while. I haven't been
Do
really.
you
out.
listen to music when you walk, or are you free dogging?
Well, I listen to probably a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
you focus on the book?
Oh yeah. People were saying like, is it hard to focus? I can easily focus on it.
Mm.
I listen to the book on like 1.5 speed now, pretty much. It's it's Chinese. Chinese book.
The end.
Yeah.
You're like, I learned so much. If you had, you think, because you told me like you suffered at school, right? Your grades
Yeah.
weren't great. If you had access to audiobooks
I
at
think
school, would you be like a doctor right now?
maybe.
Yeah, would you be like a surgeon?
Maybe.
You do all surgeries at 1.5
Maybe.
speeds, like I cut that over.
But then again, I'm not very practical, like at all. So like, they would be like, "Sir, pass the scalpel." I'd be like, "You this?" It's like, no, it's a spoon. Pass the, I don't know. Like, I'm not very, but maybe practicality, is it a learned thing or is it something that's innate within you?
I have a theory. Everything you can learn everything. There's
Yeah.
nothing hard.
But if I learn something
Yeah.
about the whole subject, very practical. But I don't know. Let's say the toilet breaks. I don't know anything about the toilet. I wouldn't know. I would have to go on Google,
Yeah.
Chat GPT, learn all this stuff.
But isn't that fun?
But no, not for me. No,
Why?
no. Because I'm like, oh my god, this I have to. This is
Yeah.
I don't I don't know what to do. Who can I call?
I get great pleasures of fixing problems
Yeah.
that I would need a specialist to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but then I did it myself and saved money.
Yeah,
This is my favorite thing to do.
yeah.
Like, I need to change my faucet. I go buy a
Whoa.
faucet. I come home.
Yeah.
And then we change the faucet. We're
You
like,
call Guillaume?
we did this. We changed the faucet. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
usually you have to hire a specialist.
Yeah.
He'll probably do it way faster.
Okay.
It's like $200.
It's a lot.
So if you do it yourself,
Yeah.
you learn a new.
Yeah.
And I need to do new things so just so I can write about them.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I think the more new things you do,
Uh-huh.
the more like metaphors
yeah,
or
and
ideas
the
that
connections and shit.
But and that's the well of
Mhm.
information you can pull stuff off is bigger. It gets
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
Like, okay, now I can make like a faucet
Yeah.
analogy.
Oh, okay.
Like, I had diarrhea.
It
It's
was like-
it came out of faucet.
It was like a
running
broken
water, whatever.
faucet.
You
And
know what I mean? Like
my
a-
friend fixed my asshole. And
That's Guillaume came and plugged it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's something very similar. What happened? So this over the weekend, Saturday. Man, this is probably one of the worst things I've ever had in my entire life. But my entire life is pretty good actually. If this was if this is the worst thing that happened, so there's something wrong. There was for sure. Okay, it wasn't my ass, but the toilet was completely clogged. I was like, but I shat like this little. I didn't do that much. It was like bloop bloop bloop, and it was like little Pac-Man balls. You know, it was not that bad. I flushed toilet. I'm like, that's weird. It's all like flush, and it started coming up. And I was like, what's going on? And I'm looking at the toilet. I'm like, should have flushed it again. I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. And I was looking at it again, and I flushed it again. And then I'm like, and it's literally like this much from coming up. And I'm like, oh no, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to plunge it. Claire hears what's going on.
Yeah.
Claire immediately knows what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's going to make it way worse. And but I didn't want her to know. So I was doing it. I was like, okay, it's not working. I'm plunging. Water at this point is just all over the bathroom floor, just shit water. And it's getting browner and browner and browner. I'm like, but I didn't poop that much. Like, how is there so much
clogged?
But with my poop,
it's clogged with something.
But like, did my poop just clog? Like, all four, did they combine into one big one and clog it up? Like
previous poop, maybe.
But what?
Toilet paper, previous poop. Did you throw something inside?
No, we do. What's it called? Bidets.
I know. No toilet paper whatsoever.
Like, we pat it down. You know, like.
Okay.
That's not gonna. And I was going. And at this point, I was like, it's not working. I've been plunging for like 20, 30 minutes, not going. Claire comes. She's like, oh, my God, oh, shit everywhere. Yeah. So she's plunging it, not working. And then she's like, okay, how about this? Okay, this is what we do. We go get like a big pan of boiling water and vinegar. So we pour it down the thing and like the vinegar, it's just foaming. It's like, and it stinks. Then we pour down the boiling water. I never smelled, and it didn't even go down then. It didn't go down. And the shit, it just smelled like, it was like cooked. It was boiling. It was like ramen, man. And then we poured another one, and nothing worked. And and so we kept on plunging, and so we broke the plunger eventually. Okay. So I had to go to Dollarama, get another plunger, and I plunge it, and then after like an hour, it finally went down. It was the most disgusting thing. But as we were plunging it, all the poop from like everyone's houses started coming up. It was like it was like the neighbor, the Kramer.
This is a learning experience, right? First thing first, you need to know something. 99% of people, the plunger they have, the wooden stick with the red bottom, this plunger is not made for toilets.
No?
This plunger is made for the bath or for the faucet, the sink. The plunger for the toilet is...
It has a little
it's
hole,
a little thing. It looks like this so that it goes in the thing. And then
I never seen that.
Yeah.
Where do they keep that in Dollarama?
You go to Canadian Tire and you buy it.
The thing is, Canadian Tires aren't around everywhere. Like, I would have to like.
There's one literally 5 minutes from your house.
On
Saint Laurent.
Oh, there is actually.
Saint Laurent,
No, you're right actually. But I'm so scared to leave it's like leaving a baby alone. I'm like, I don't do anything.
It's not gonna go up.
Don't come out. Just stay right there.
Your wife's initial thing of just having boiling water go down. Because what's the strategy here? Boiling water, if it breaks down thing, because it's hot, just breaks down the poop if there's poop or toilet paper.
Yeah.
Maybe you flush something without knowing it by mistake.
I don't flush
a watch, a phone.
We
did lose a phone.
No, that was, I think it was stolen on a bus.
Sure, okay. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that there's always,
yeah.
But honestly, dude, we're so lucky we live in 2024. Just go to YouTube, type what to do clogged washroom. And then bam. Dude, I had a mouse. Remember I had mice problems?
Yeah.
I found out where the mouse was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I unalived the last mouse yesterday.
You found another mouse?
Yeah, well, because there was a hole and they were coming out of that hole.
Yeah.
So what I did is that I had a day off yesterday. So I'm like, ooh, what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to mirror mice.
Yeah.
Because I knew there was one. I saw it once and sometimes I'll be home and I'll see something black. I'm like, Vans? No.
Yeah. Peter Bowen?
I'm like, what is this? So anyways, I'm like, I knew there was one. So I went online. I'm like, okay, you should buy these type of traps. You should buy these type of like sticky things. Because I don't want to involve my landlord, right?
No.
Did I ever tell? I think we discussed
it. You did,
here.
yeah. Last year, around the same time, I think you went on a mouse hunt.
Because it's melting. So the mice are like, they're waking up like, oh, let's go disturb. And there's no food in my house. So they come in and they're like, what is this?
They wait for you to open up the Uber Eats app. They're like, it's here, it's coming.
And then
it's Domino's.
There's no food. I don't cook at my house, so there's nothing to eat except maybe if something falls on the sofa.
Nachos, I guess.
So I'm like, so I found the hole. I plugged the hole with clay. Mouse. I found it was under my fridge because it's under my sink. There's a hole where like the water pipe goes in, and it was going through the hole. So what I did first is that I just put mice. I told you when I got mice in my apartment the first time. I know now what Bin Laden's anger. Bin Laden was angry because America was going to Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabia has like the Holy Land for Muslims, and there shouldn't be any Americans or whatever.
Yeah.
So he got angry, so he decided to like, I'm gonna retaliate.
Oh
and,
wow.
Okay, but then I started mice, and then I got America.
You got all, yeah.
Because I bought like 30 mice traps. I bought all the things, and I'm like, there were 2 mice in my apartment.
Yeah.
I had 65 mice traps just
Yeah.
lying everywhere. So you just hear pow pow, and I'm like, that's the sound of
Damn.
freedom.
That's crazy.
And I just so yeah.
What's with the
So I
war on
developed-
mice though? What?
So
Okay,
I
sorry.
don't want a mice. I don't want mice in my apartment.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want spiders in my apartment. Like
The
either.
spiders have a utility. They eat other insects.
Yeah,
So when
I
I see
guess
a
so.
spider, I rarely kill it.
Yeah, a utility.
Yeah.
But sorry, what were you gonna say?
So yeah. So what I did, so I went under the sink. I put all the mice traps, and I'm just watching TV, smoking my shisha. And then I hear ta. I'm like, got you. So I open. It got a little bit of her tail. So she was just running around under the sink. I'm like, okay, what should I do? So I'm like, I tried to stress her by opening the doors and closing the drawers. And then she ran away. She went under the fridge. So I'm like, okay, I know where you are. You're under the fridge. So I put 30 mice traps all around the fridge.
That's crazy, dude.
So I'm like, if you ever decide to leave under the fridge,
Oh no.
Colin Powell is here. Okay?
Oh, this
And
is so crazy. Oh,
we're
man,
gonna
I'm so
get
sad.
you.
Why does this
So
make me so sad?
I went to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I woke up like an hour later. I came back and I sat down and I'm like, and then I hear what out, and I look, and it got it, but it was still kind of alive. So
Oh.
put it in a Tupperware, put it in the garbage, threw the garbage. America,
Damn. Oh my.
never forget,
You know why a mouse doesn't bug me? It's because I could see its head.
because it's not a bug.
Yeah, yeah. Well.
It's bugged me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny. But I can see its little face. You know, it's like, oh, it's got a little face.
Yeah.
But a spider, I don't know what its eyes are. Are they in its ass? Is like its chest? Like, so it scares me. I don't know where it's looking.
The only reason why we love cats,
Yeah.
because you have to understand, now we live in a modern society, so
Yeah.
there's not that much. But remember when we lived in huts,
Yeah.
and when we lived in like tiny little, and there's just mice everywhere, so
Yeah.
cats would just eat them. I'm like, oh, and cats, mice and rats, they have diseases
Yeah.
that literally you're European, you should hate it. How many of your ancestors,
Oh yeah, I don't have that.
the
in my
Black
DNA.
Plague or whatever,
Okay.
it was all by rats. You should hate rodents. They're called, even the word rodent.
Rodent.
Ugh. You understand when people wanna dehumanize another
Yeah. They
population?
Use like
they use
disease.
this look at this rat of a
Yeah.
human being. If you look at all caricature of Jews, they all look like rats because everyone hates rats. So if you associate
Well,
the
a rat is different from a mouse.
It's the
I
same.
saw a rat
like-
driving to
What? Huh?
I saw a rat driving. Like I
What?
was. You never seen a rat?
Wait. You saw a rat driving?
I was driving.
Ah.
He got scared. They're coming for me.
They have cars now?
They're coming for me.
It wasn't a Tesla.
Yes, that's
So I saw a rat while I was driving. Okay,
Yeah.
Because I'm so
I saw,
I saw a rat driving, so my brain rat.
you're like
What?
But yeah, I know I was driving, and they're so big. They're so big,
Yeah.
and so that I don't like. But I wouldn't even know how to. It'd be like it's
Just rat traps.
rat traps.
We're lucky.
But then they're so heavy. It's almost like you need a body bag to get out of the house. You have to call in like yeah. Speaking of them, I don't know if you want to talk about Sarag's neighbor.
Sure. I mean, it's not our story, but sure. Yeah, we
it's
could
kinda-
tell
It's
it.
kind of interesting. I was telling Claire, and look, it's funny because I thought the way like Sarag told the story was he tried to make it funny, but like when he was telling us on Friday, like over Instagram or whatever,
Yeah.
he seemed very bummed out by it. But then he was like making all these jokes, so I thought, okay, so it's probably fun, not fun, okay to tell at least.
Yeah.
Whew. So our friend Sarag, nice guy, very funny guy, has a neighbor that collapsed next door to him. He
Yeah.
collapsed of
A young man.
Was he young? I don't even know.
He's not 80. He's like
Oh, yeah.
in his 40s.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to tell the story actually. It's
Okay,
kind of
that's
kind
okay.
of bummy.
Let's not bring it up.
I know. I was thinking like,
Let's not bring it up.
You know why I can't talk about it? Because we already know the story and I can't fake it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But what I found funny, well, I'll just recap it for the people.
Yeah.
So we have a friend, his name is Sarag. His neighbor died,
Yeah.
and he had to take care basically of the family who was visiting and provide them chairs.
Yeah.
What I found funny is that while he was recounting that story, all we did is do jokes.
Yeah.
It's like they say a comedy or what is it? Comedy? No.
Plus time.
No, tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Yeah.
As a scientist, for me, it's not plus. It's the integral of sadness or like tragedy over time equals comedy.
Yeah.
But for us, like once a tragedy happens, we can literally do a joke. For me, anyways, I can do a joke like 2 days later. But for some people, they need like 6 months to heal or whatever. They're like, no, let's just do jokes now.
Especially if you don't know the person and all that stuff, and we're all around it, and the person who's breaking the story to you is kind of joking about it anyway, then it's free.
Yeah. The thing is, you see, you're a better human than me because I don't care about humans. About human, like I'm just gonna. I need to feel good. But you're right. I should listen more and do this.
Well, no, I just wanted to see the body language, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. Then it's fine, you know. Like otherwise, I'm like, oh yeah, did he die? It's right. Like, no.
When I went racial joke because he was black, the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
So I just went racial jokes.
Diabetes.
That's funny.
No, it was cancer. Something sad, you know. I'm like. Because then you're just like dying. You're just like, oh, hey, that's just so many D words I gotta.
Okay, let's you can just remove the whole part was not even
that was
funny.
Interesting.
What happened this week? I did a lot of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I did some cool comedy shows.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Dude,
what?
Listen to this, okay?
Yeah.
Dude, you know sometimes you perform and you're like, wow, this is fun.
So
as you know, I have a joke where one of the punchline is, je me souviens.
Yeah, scratch your dick.
Natasha.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
So anyways, so I did 2 corporates this week. I did a show in like a club or whatever, and the second show was at a school. It was a school fundraiser, and I was doing like 20 minutes that day or whatever. Nice. I was middling, and it was in a school, like a primary school in the stadium. Not stadium. What do you call them?
Assembly or
where they play sports. Where they play basketball.
Gym.
Yeah, in the gym. So they had a stage. I go on. It's big gym, 100 something people. I go on stage. I do Natasha, and I'm doing 19 minutes, and I'm like every line is bow. Like, this is a good feeling, you know. Big stage, bunch of people, and you got the roles going. I'm like, this is amazing. Finish the show, get off the stage. There's an intermission. I'm standing there. Then I see 2 ladies approaching, like 2 women, and I look at one. I'm like, I know this girl.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen her before. So my brain is just like, tabulating. And she's like, hi, Amer. Do you remember me? I'm like, my brain is just like, it's funny. I could feel my brain just going, thousands of faces I met in my life. I'm like, and she says, it's Natasha, your ex's sister.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, oh, damn. So she became a woman. She had children. Okay. So that was my ex. I got to perform, and it was like a serious ex, like one of my most serious exes.
Whoa, wow.
And she was there, and her name is Natasha.
Yeah.
She's like, did you know? I was like, no. Like, because she's like, I only came to say hi because, you talked about us. But I'm like, then I remember, oh yeah, I did my Natasha joke. Like, she didn't know. My Natasha joke is it's a word.
Yeah. You just say.
But her name is Natasha.
So she thought it was about her?
Because my joke is like, je me souviens. Yeah. I remember Natasha. And she's like, he remembers Natasha.
Oh, gee, that's a strip. That's
what I think.
That joke's about a strip club, isn't it?
That's what it was a very interesting experience to get to perform in front of like a girl from a past life. It was a very intense relationship. We were like madly in love, blah, blah, blah. It just didn't work out. And her sister was there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, nice. I got to
in front of my... she's going to report back.
Oh, for sure. I hope she does.
She break her heart.
He's the best. Oh, my God. He was like, I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
That's one of the few
that's a good
wins.
feeling.
I'm so happy I knew that afterwards. I don't know how I would feel if I knew beforehand, like, oh, my ex is in the audience. My ex's sister's in the audience.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Have you ever performed in front of an ex or an ex-girlfriend?
No, but I've had people in the audience at the Nest that were like in my high school, there was like a few cliques. There was like, and I was friends with a lot of cliques, but there was some cliques that there was always like friction. Like there was a group of, they're kind of like punky kids or whatever. And like I was in that group for a bit, but then we kind of fell out and I stopped talking and I hung out with all the brown kids instead, pretty much. And so there was a bunch of group of girls in that group, and they all came to a comedy show, and I saw them in the audience. I was like, damn. I was like, oh, that's weird. They're all gonna, because they all made fun of me because I was like the wacky goofball.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not funny, you're lame, you suck balls, and I'm like, okay, because I would do like my weird YouTube shit. I would comment all negative. They would be like haters and stuff. I don't hold anything against them because I was lame and goofy and I deserve to be hated probably. But then I destroyed in front of them, and then like one of them came up to me and she was like, oh my God, that was great. And then she messaged me after being like, I always knew you were meant for the stage. And then I kind of ignored it. But I wrote thank you, or at least. I was like, oh, thank you. Yeah.
Well, like, why were you an ass when I was young? Just those people.
Then again, it was all the dudes that are assholes. They were just like, like smoking cigarettes, all scared.
It's so funny. So the sister of my ex came with a friend. I guess they were both watching. And she came and she said, "Oh, you were even funny back then." Like she acknowledged that I was a funny guy. Yeah. And her friend is like, "Yeah, you also had the lines." I'm like, I also had hair back then. Like a lot. Yeah, I got fat, but I also lost my hair. It was I'm like, oh, it's. I felt something for some reason. I'm like, oh, I'm happy because I never hated that girl. It just didn't work out. I always have a special place for all.
Yeah.
Every girl who touched my pee-pee, I have a special place for you in my heart. So especially like an ex-girlfriend, serious. I'm like, it's good to know that, because I know she's doing well. Probably, I don't know. I heard she had kids and whatever. She's an adult. Yeah. But it's interesting because I saw her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm married. I have 2 kids now." I'm like, "Whoa!"
So that's why she's at that show.
Yeah, because probably she has kids that go to that school, and it was a fundraiser for that school.
Okay,
so that's why she was there. I'm like, man, I forgot.
Whoa,
that people
that's
grow.
cool. So she came. She's like, I have a kid. I have a job, and then she's like, what the hell is that, Amer? That's so cool.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
What a world, man. What a small world.
Yeah.
So yeah, all my exes, come to my shows.
Yeah.
Come to Mythos.
Yeah, come to Mythos. Damn, you guys.
Bring your husband. I don't care.
It's a fundraiser officially. Officially fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser. Huh? We raise fun.
Yeah. So I hung out with a few people this weekend. So back when I first started hanging out in comedy, I used to hang out with these guys, Jason and Oren. These guys and whatever, hung out with them. I haven't hung out with these 2 guys since like COVID, like kind of like not what's 1 on 2 or whatever you would call it. And we're having a nice time. This is pretty funny. Jason leaves at a certain point because he's dad. He's got to go home. I'm like, okay, see ya. I mean, Oren stick around for like 1 more beer, and so we're laughing, talking. This super wasted guy was next to us at the bar, and Oren was like pretty drunk. So when he gets drunk, he doesn't shut the up like the whole time. He's like, blah, blah. He's also like he was talking about like. He was talking about how good it is at something. I couldn't remember what it was. And then the guy was like, what are you good at? What are you good at? And Oren, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, we're dead. Like, this guy's going to stab us for being good at something. Oren was cool as a cucumber. He was like, what do you mean? And the guy was like, the guy got like, it's almost like he broke his computer brain. He's like, and so the guy immediately sat in between us. And he like put his arms around us, and he was just talking to us. And he was this wasted, like a Native Canadian dude. And the whole time he was talking about how the natives were the ones that built the towers, the Twin Towers. All the workers were Native Canadian or Native American. That was his whole thing. And they destroyed the towers because of that.
They destroyed the towers.
Yeah, and so he was.
So it's not Arabs. It was native.
No. The reason the Arabs destroyed the towers is because the natives were a part of it, and they wanted to destroy the natives.
Arabs. Wait, Osama bin Laden had a thing against indigenous people?
Yeah, that's what.
That's a stretch.
It was we were like making fun of the whole time.
He's been smoking the peace pipe a bit too much.
He was so wasted.
Wow.
And so Oren was just like poking holes in him the whole time, poking holes.
No, it was the Jews. It was the Jews.
Yes. And at one point he snapped. And he was like, and he grabbed Oren's hat off his head and threw it against the wall and ran out the door. He was like, his voice sounded like John Kutcherkoy. So imagine John Kutcherkoy going, huh? And then he ran out the door, and then we're like, oh, that was weird. And then a minute later, we see him like walking in all like sneakily because he forgot his jacket. He was like, And then he walked in because he forgot his wallet. And we found his wallet and we kept it.
Nice.
And then eventually we were like kind of like taunting him, being like, "Hey, you want your wallet? You want your wallet?" And then
Where did you guys go?
that Grumpy's. So
See?
the whole time Ram was like, "Get out, get out!" It was really funny to see him all scary.
See, that's what happens when you hang out in. I don't want to say crappy bars.
Yeah.
But if
No,
the pint costs $6,
Yeah.
you're gonna expect people who can afford
Yeah.
$6.
You know what's funny? They were talking about how they bumped up the prices to $9.50,
It's about time.
which is 2019 prices, by the way.
Oh yeah.
2022 price is about $13.
Oh, the pint.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I don't drink. It's better.
Yeah.
When I drink, I like to go to really fancy places.
Yeah.
Where these things don't happen.
But I like that kind of thing.
Why?
That makes me laugh. It's so funny. It
What
makes
if
it
the
fun.
guy had a knife and
Never
stabbed
gonna
you?
happen.
You make good money. Your life is great.
Ram is gonna get in between the guy, and then he's gonna get stabbed for the fifth time.
Daddy is gonna defend me. No.
Yeah, no, that's what they're there. Those two guys, I forgot, Ram and Garth. It's such a funny
Garth
name.
Brooks
Garth.
and
There you
Ram.
go. I love in terms of it being a dive bar, let's say, in the spectrum of dive bars, it's probably like, let's say, like 80th percentile.
It's one of the best.
It's one of the better ones.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
they have live music, first of all, and the clientele isn't disgusting degenerates, and there's no VLT lottery machines.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. What they do get are people that want to do long drinking sessions. So it's not like disgusting people. If you look, it's a lot of people who just have regular jobs or good jobs, and they just want to get wasted with like dudes. They don't want to meet any women, and the women that are there are very loose. Because the whole time I was sitting next to this guy, he was making out with this super hot girl. He was just,
The indigenous
the
guy.
indigenous guy. We're like, what? And then he's like, he turned and he wanted to like make out with us or something. Like he was just out of control.
So your beautiful hair is like, oh, I wanna, oh, mi amor, or whatever indigenous. Cluck, 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 cluck.
Click, clack, look, hoo, 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 hoo. Hee, hee, hoo, hoo. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot. It was fun, and then I went home.
No, this bar culture,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Just
It's
fun.
not-
It's you know what it is? It's as old as apple pie.
It is, I guess.
Yeah.
Just you go to the, you go to the town tavern.
Yeah.
You make out with it's like a brothel / town tavern.
Yeah.
Like if you look at old depictions of bars,
Mhm.
it's just dingy and everyone's like, "Ugh," and girls have their tits out. They're all whores. Like if you're working at a
Like
tavern,
those old paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just like big Rubenesque women.
Bazungas.
like Rubenette with their tits out, and they're like, and they're serving drinks, and everyone's laughing and
Yeah.
having fun. And from the outside, you could see like the wives of the
Yeah.
come back home, Robert.
That's Claire.
You're abandoning exactly. You're abandoning. No, your Claire likes to drink also. She's
she likes to drink.
'cause there's no water, so they had to go to the bar to drink.
Hey, not bad. Oh man, yeah. But then again, like, it's so.
Like the idea of being like a regular at a bar scares me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I have to go there once a week, which means I'm boozing up once a week and getting drunk.
Yeah. That's different. Yeah.
It's too much, man. I have dreams, bro.
Well, bars now aren't. So those bars don't really exist anymore as much. No. Now all bars now are date night bars. That's what every bar is right now.
Good.
So every bar you see is just like first dates.
I like that.
I hate that. I think that's so lame because then they make it all pretty. They make it all nice. They make it super expensive, and you're like, I'm in a real relationship. We're like, what do I do? I just like stand in the street?
Take your wife on a date.
Oh, we do. We go on enough dates.
Okay.
How many dates? Like I want to hang with my friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to freaking West Island.
Sure. You see, with my friends, I go to restaurants.
Yeah, but look, if I'm gonna eat something, I want to eat. I'll eat at home. I like to make. I like eating out, but I like eat. If I'm gonna eat out, I'm gonna eat out with like Claire. We're gonna go somewhere nice, But these guys, I'm not gonna waste my money hanging with these guys at a nice restaurant.
Hey, listen, it's okay. No, you bond
Yeah.
over booze. I don't.
Yeah, when we just laugh and we smack each other in the head,
And then you get by
Yeah, but that's part of the fun. That's part of the story. Also, I worked in bars my whole life, so I knew that. Like, I knew exactly how to navigate that situation. And look, the guy was like a skinny little weird native dude, and we're like, he's fine, you know.
You see, at a restaurant that would never happen. No one would, like, while you're eating, a guy would interrupt you and go like, 9/11 indigenous built that 9/11 towers. I don't think they're called 9/11 towers.
The thing is, the whole time we can tell him to go away. But we were just like, yeah, keep talking.
Yeah.
I don't. He was gonna leave at any moment, you know. But
as I said,
also we wanted to see the snapping point. That's the most fun part. When I used to work at bars, people used to like be so screwed up, and I would be like a busboy just going around, and I would kind of taunt them, walk around, taunt them. Eventually, they would snap and like kick over a chair, and they would leave, you know. And everyone would be like, "Yay, he's gone!" You know, like that was part of the fun.
The most thing, like the regular things I did in bar is host a quiz.
Yeah.
When I was hosting a quiz.
Yeah.
And like these people bothered me because everyone who came was like, "Oh, finally a professional host."
Yeah.
You know, we can drink a little, you know, but we're all young. We all have like those thin glasses. Like we're all in our 40s. We just want to do the quiz and have fun.
Yeah.
And then you would have people at the bar going, "Rah, rah," and everyone was like,
"I know," but those are the guys that are gonna stay there all night and drink till like 5 a.m. and then the moment
I guess it is a business and they need these people.
Yeah.
But they would bother my clientele.
Yeah, but also.
Beep, 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 beep. Censor. Beep, beep, beep.
They don't care.
Of course, it's a bar. They're used to drunkenness.
I think before the quiz they had karaoke that night, and it was the whatever. I don't know why they stopped doing karaoke. I don't know.
It must be awful.
But it would bring in like 100.
Yeah.
Like, and they would go crazy. I remember
that's the best part of bars. That I remember, like when I used to go, like were the best bar. I never picked up a girl at a bar.
Yeah.
At a club, I can pick up girls. Well, I used to when I was a young, sexy man.
Yeah.
With lines, apparently.
Yeah, I used to talk to girls at the bar. I'd be like, hey. Well, only a very few amount of times I was able to pick them up. But, like, I used to get numbers.
A club, I can, you know, because the club is everything is heightened. Sexual energy is heightened. Girls are dressed up to impress, and guys are perfume. And
I know. Yeah. I have like autism or something because I was like, I
didn't say I picked up every time. As I said,
no, but that would be me every time I go to a club. I'd be like, oh my god,
black people music.
It's not that. It's just so loud. I'll be like, I can't. Like it would. Yeah.
But your body language, you're having fun.
I'm not
because no one's having fun.
Yeah.
And then you start having fun, and then it attracts people around you because you're like, woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. You know what my nightmare is? And we all go together, and we all need to leave together. I'm like, no way, because I want to leave whenever I want to leave.
Yeah.
Imagine like being like, where's Johnny? We need to go. I'm like, no, you guys. Like, this is why I never really had super close friends growing up, because I never was in a group where we were like, we're going together, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I would just, like, I would, for example, I remember we were going to this club, and the whole time, I don't want to go. And I find out that the cover is like $10. And I'm like, oh, I don't have $10 on me. And then they're like, I have $10. Like, oh, no. And I just leave. I'm like, and I'm so much happier just hanging. You know, like that the Terrace Club on Old Port, right by the it's like on the island right by the you know the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
There was like Terrace Bon Secure, I think it was called.
Bon Secure, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like the worst. I needed to get out of there, and I'm so happy. It's the best decision I ever made. I still think to this day in my life, not going in that club. And people still give me them. I'm like, you guys are 10 guys. Go and have fun. I'm just one guy.
You don't want to go clubbing with 10 guys.
No, I hated it.
It sucks. Clubbing, it's like, if possible, try to have equal amount of women to men.
Yeah, but we have no friends.
2-3 guys. And that's it. Because 10 guys is just, it's like a wolf pack, and they're like, no, it's too many guys.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I think one of the last time I went clubbing, for some reason, the people who approach me are always Middle Eastern men who just arrived to the country. I went to Jet nightclub, and because I was with my friend, like, let's go dancing. Let's go to Jet. It's maybe a couple of years ago. We haven't been clubbing. I'm like, let's go to Jet. It's a reputation.
Yeah.
You know, we get in right away, which is a bit weird. There's not a lot of people. We're like, all right, let's booze in.
Yeah.
Let's drink up. You know, waiting for the place to pack up. So I'm at the bar, I'm drinking, and this like really, really Persian guy goes, hello? My name is Mohsit. How are you? I'm like, all right, that's the people.
Yeah.
You know, like, who you always wonder who's going to approach you. And he's like, I like disco.
Oh,
The
dude.
guy just arrived from
Yeah.
Tehran.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It was very funny. He
Okay.
smelled Persian.
See, that's your native guy.
That's my name.
That's your
But it
name.
was super friendly.
Yeah.
There was no. I never got into a fight in a club.
No. Huh?
No, I don't bother anyone.
It's funny. Like we would, like my friends would always just fight each other. It'd be so horrible.
Dude,
The worst. I'd be like,
and they're still your friends?
no, I don't know them anymore.
Good, perfect.
Like I don't know them at all. Like one of them, like he was. I'm pretty sure I repeated the story like 10 times on every. Like we were outside of this like bar or club, and he was like talking about like how. Like he's like defending your honor or something. If someone talks shit to you, you gotta punch him in the head. I'm like, nah. What if he's like a drunk guy? He's like, nah, man, you gotta fucking hit him in the head. And I'm like, look, dude. And I was.
He's punching his dad. He's
I know,
not punching anyone.
Well, maybe he had a dad though. Is the
Yeah,
thing.
probably was a horrible dad.
Maybe I don't know. I met his dad. He was looked like Shrek. You know, that's not.
That's not a good dad.
Yeah, I look like Shrek. But anyway, so he snapped and he punched me because I kept on like being like no disagreeing with him, and he punched me in the head, and I was like, what the hell?
This friendship is over.
And then I was like, I didn't do it. I was like, I was still in my stoic like. I didn't feel that. And he got so mad he started like punching cars, and he broke a back windshield with his fist. And then he was all bleeding and go to the
This
hospital.
guy had anger issues.
Big time anger issues.
Probably he was
Yeah.
beaten.
And
As I said, he probably wanted to beat the guy who beat him.
Yeah.
And he's a teenager.
maybe.
He has no one telling
Yeah.
him what to do with his anger.
Yeah.
So he just...
Maybe.
This guy could have been a great leader if he just had the
Yeah.
right guidance.
I think he's like an accountant now.
Yeah, hopefully he got some therapy and wake it up.
Yeah, you see, I saw him like just driving a year ago. Seemed all nice, friendly. No, but then like 2 weeks later, we're all hanging out again. You know.
I would never hang out with him ever
Yeah?
again. That would be like, that's it.
Yeah, but I'm
Physical violence?
I'm so used to seeing that all the time, though. Is the thing. It was part of like the culture.
Teenage years, man.
Yeah, but this was like in our 20s even.
It's still teenage years.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, teenage years
Yeah.
end at like 30.
Yeah. Dude, I remember this is one of the most terrifying. I was with my friend and two of my friends, and they're like super. We're driving, we're flying down the street so fast. Then we hit a red light. There's this guy on the corner of the red light. He like. My friend, for some reason, like, the windows are up, right? But for some reason, my friend thinks that the guy on the street corner is talking shit to him. He's like, what'd you say? And the guy's like, nothing. What did you say? And he pulled down the window, and he was like, he got out of his car. Was like, what the did you say? He's like, nothing, dude. And then like, his other buddy came, and his friend was like, really, like, he was the tough guy. He's like, get the back in the car. I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, what? And then we're like, all right, whatever. We cool him off and we're driving, and then like we start talking about it. It's almost like he forgot about what happened, because then we were like 2 minutes later we reminded him that just happened. He's like, what? And so he drives back to the guy, literally goes through all the red lights just to get there, parks the car in the middle of the street, and they start like getting into like a fist fight, and they start like fighting, and then we broke him up, and we had to like throw him back in, and then they're like, that was fun. Wasn't that fun?
Dude, you needed a dad. A dad would have beat, like, you're not allowed to hang out with these kids anymore.
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah. A dad.
Your poor mom raising 2 kids on her own.
But I didn't do any of that. I was hanging. I was like, whoa.
That's not, like I had a friend, he was a drug dealer when I was young. But I knew, like, there's a limit to, like, I loved him. Because we grew up together and he was not. And then he had, like, problems with his family. So he left his house at, like, 16 or 17. Start living with a girl, and they just do drugs and sell drugs. And I'm like, okay, this is the road. I love you, but there's a limit of how much I can hang out with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no... I understood why, because, I guess I had a dad, as much as present as he was. But a dad would have like, look, these kids, they have no future.
I know, but also the thing about the dads in that neighborhood, we would all be getting drunk with those dads at 16. We'd all be at like Kit Kat, hey, and they would all be doing coke too,
I remember that friend. It's a sad, but at the same time, it's a cute story. I get out of Metro Guy Concordia. So I'm walking and I turn and I see him standing outside Metro Guy Concordia. I'm like, hey, bleep his name, okay?
Okay.
I'm like, hey, Amer. And I go and I hug him. I'm like, how are you? And he's like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, how are you? I'm like, yeah, it's good to see you, man. I'm like, I'm like being like,
I know, yeah. I know exactly this feeling.
I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, just chilling, just chilling. And then they hit him like, oh, you're selling drugs.
Yeah.
So he's like at a street corner selling crack
Dealing.
or whatever. I'm like, hey, buddy, how are you?
I just came from my class.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I was like, I was at McGill. I was,
Yeah.
finishing class. I was going to Al Tayyib to eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
And he was dealing drugs. And it hit me after when I left. I'm like, I was probably bad for business. Like, who's
Who's this cop?
who's this cop? Super friendly cop.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, buddy, I love you, man. How are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I think that's the last time I saw him.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
But now he's, he got his life back on track because he was so smart. One of the smartest guy I know.
Yeah.
It's just that, he wanted to do things his way. And I guess his parents, he didn't want to have anyone over him. I get it now as I grow older. I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
I want anyone to tell me what to do.
Okay.
But he was very young to to arrive to this conclusion. And he had it's so important, man. You're gonna be a dad soon. You're gonna have to learn how to be a dad.
Yeah, regular dad. Yeah.
You gotta like not be a mom. You gotta read books about how to be a dad.
Yeah,
because you know how to be a mom. Your mom is fantastic. That's why
Yeah.
you're so empathetic.
Yeah.
And you cry when your bird left the house.
I know.
You should be happy. Like you got to live.
Okay, forget it. It's the dumbest argument. He left. He lives.
I thought about it and I arrived to the conclusion. There's that's the difference between like a dad mentality and a mom mentality.
Yeah.
The mom mentality, like, no, he was safe here.
I know, but it's like saying your dog ran away.
Yeah, but he's safe here. He's happy.
Yeah.
And the dad, like, no, let him taste freedom before he dies, because he's gonna die either way.
Yeah, but
So
they live pretty long. They live like 60. So
whatever. He lived 2 years of like, oh my god, there's no
way 2 years. He lived like 10 minutes.
maybe, but he was the best 10 minutes of his life. I can tell you that much.
So. No.
But that's the difference,
Yeah.
That's the difference between like, no, mom, I have to
Yeah.
protect. And I was raised by mom mostly, but
Uh-huh.
there was
a dad
there was a
yeah.
dad from time to time, and he's like, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, you need the gruffness.
So you should read a couple of books.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what is that? What do you think is the role of a dad? Like, let's say your girlfriend comes out like, Gabby, I'm pregnant. I'm gonna be. So you have 9 months
to prepare.
to like, okay. Not like you're making enough money. You'll be able to feed him. I don't think there's gonna be a problem with that.
I probably would need to make more money.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. So we need make more money. So
Yeah.
provide.
Yeah.
So
Provide.
what do you think? Okay. What should you do? You think
Yeah.
to prepare yourself for fatherhood?
I don't know. Maybe.
What do you think you lack in your personnel? Like, okay, I don't want this. I don't want to give this to my children.
Big time practicality.
Practicality.
I need to like be more like if something is wrong, I need to because I know if something is wrong and then it happens again, I kind of know how to deal with it.
Mhm.
But if I'm faced with something I don't know how to do,
New wrong.
I'm like, I need to jump
What
out
do you
the
do
window.
now?
Yeah.
What do you do now? And what would you like to do?
What I do now?
Yeah. What would you now? Like, let's say you have a new wrong now. You go you freeze and you go in a
I-
ball.
I,
No.
I don't go into a ball, but I'm like confused, and it takes me like a little bit long to figure it out.
Okay.
But like I feel like some people have it like right away. They're like, I know how to fix this right away.
Yeah.
But let's say it takes me like an extra 2 or 3 minutes because
Okay.
I'm like, let's
not a
look
bad
at it.
thing.
Let's look at it from all angles here.
I think
you
you're
know?
being hard on yourself.
No, I know, but it's good to be a little hard on yourself, But
But in
I
the sense
think-
that that's pretty good. That
yeah,
you should just add. If I were to give you advice,
yeah,
knowledge.
Yeah.
Search before, like, I have a problem. Let's search for knowledge, and
Yeah.
usually that calms all the anxiety.
yeah.
Because I don't know who said it. I think it was Will Smith, which is weird quoting Will Smith, but he said there's not a single problem that you're facing
yeah,
that has not been faced before
yeah,
in
yeah,
life.
yeah, 100%.
And if you read enough books,
mm-hmm.
every problem, now it's YouTube. You go on YouTube, you'll find the solution to all your problems
Mm-hmm.
right away.
Yeah,
So yeah, okay.
that's a big one.
Quick, the baby's coming out of your wife.
Oh,
What else? What else do you wanna?
Well, I call. Oh wait, go. Let's go to the hospital.
Okay, he's 2 years old.
Oh, he's 2
Okay.
years old.
Yeah.
He's having a baby.
I hope not. He's 2 years old.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. So continue. Like you have to.
okay,
So
g-
provide.
Okay.
Be more.
I need to. I mean, I'm pretty present, so I don't have wrong with that. I feel like I could be like, I love you so much.
Yeah, 100%.
I get
I think
attached to things.
a
really
fiction,
easily.
you'll be a
Yeah,
fantastic
that's
dad.
fine. 2 years old, it's hard. Like what do you do to a 2-year-old? I don't even know. You take him out to outside.
You kick him. Probably you have to teach him how to regulate his feelings or something.
Not at two. No? At 2, maybe you have to just deal with them being 2. Like, oh, relay, buddy, let's check this out. You know,
he's 2. Yeah.
You know, you walk around. I think when they're like 5 or 6, that's when like they.
Okay, he's 5. Oh my
God. God, don't smoke.
Roberto. He's like, hey, Papa.
Take that knife out of your hand. Teach him how to shave.
He's gonna be your son.
Yeah, he's teaching him how to shave. That's one thing I gotta teach.
I'm a quarter Greek, quarter Italian, half British. How can one man be so scary? Am I right? Hello. Wow, what a life he's gonna have, man.
No iPad. I guess that you need to give him an iPad eventually because apparently they go crazy.
Well, if they don't know an iPad exists, they won't use an iPad.
I know, it's true. But then how do you get him away from not playing Fortnite? Apparently that's all kids do. Like that's their ecosystem though. If they go to class and then they're like, oh, I was Keanu Reeves in Fortnite. I was John Wick and did you get the new Peter Griffin Fortnite skin?
I think that's more like 9. You don't reminisce. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I was home playing Fortnite.
Dude,
at 5? No.
No, maybe not at 5. Not at 5.
Like 9, 10? Then this is like dad can have a phone.
If you go like these weird YouTube rabbit holes, there are millions of views of people just talking about remembering the time how it felt.
Adults.
Yeah, now they're adults. Yeah. But like imagine back then, you're like, oh man, playing games at 2 a.m. when nobody would know. And I'm looking back and I'm like, it's true. I understand that, but I don't want my kid to be playing games at 2 a.m., you know?
He's gonna, but you have to make him feel like it's a naughty thing to do.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, you did this? You don't want him, like, it's good to set boundaries.
Yeah.
And then people do naughty things like, oh my God, look at me, I'm playing. You don't want like, oh, I don't know, he's 15. Oh my God, it's 2 a.m., I'm doing crack.
Yeah, I know, right? I rather
oh my God, it's 2 a.m., I'm playing video games. I'm such a bad boy. Because they need to rebel a bit.
Because a big part of my social group was like playing at 15, 16, playing like Halo with my friends online. And we'd just be talking, laughing. I'd be drinking soda. It's pretty innocuous. It's pretty innocent.
But you felt naughty. You're like, oh my God.
I didn't feel. The only naughty part was like, oh, I need a summer job. That's the only naughty part. Because my mom would yell at me every day.
Yeah, she's right. Probably she's like, go be a man.
Then I worked at PA, and that was. Whew.
But isn't it great? Haven't you? I honestly, those jobs, they're so fun.
I had a lot of fun, but I feel like every day I would get in a lot of trouble because I would just be like a lunatic.
That's okay, but you're supposed to get in. You're getting paid $5 an hour.
I know.
You're supposed to get in trouble and learn.
I felt like I for sure got fired from that job like 10 times, and I would just come back. I like George Costanza. I swear to God, I didn't even know Seinfeld then. I would go back to work because it's so funny how like that relatable that show is. Because I would have conversations with my friends like, just go back. What do you think? It's the manager's not working tomorrow. I see his like schedule. No one's gonna know. And then I would show up and I would work. And
how would they fire you?
I remember I didn't. Okay, so this is one of the times I got fired. It's not even my fault. It felt like the manager's like, go fill up the plastic bags. Back then we had plastic bags. Go fill them up. They're low. I'm like, okay. So I go. First of all, I don't know. It's like my 3rd day. I don't know where the plastic bags are. It's a giant grocery store. Like, if I go in the basement is giant. I'm like, hello, where are the plastic bags? Do you know where the plastic bags are? The guy's like Chinese. Oh, no. I'm like, okay. And I'm going to and I finally find the plastic bags. I take, to me, what seemed to be a lot of plastic bags. I took a bunch and then I put them on. And the guy's like, get out of here. You're trying to mess with me. Get out. You're fired. And I'm like, what? And then so I leave. I'm like so confused. And then he calls me. He's like, no, I call him because,
so you leave the store.
I just leave the store and I call.
Because you're fired.
Because I'm fired. And then he's like, you didn't put enough plastic bags. You only put this much. You're supposed to put this much. And I'm like, I didn't know. Like, and so I got fired for that. And I came back the next day. And then one day was like, it was Christmas Eve. I didn't work Christmas Eve because it's my family. And so I call him like, yeah, I'm not coming in. He's like, well, if I'm coming in, you need to come in. And I'm like, I'm not coming in. And he's like, well, you're fired. And I'm like, okay. And then I would come back after New Year.
Yeah.
And nobody would do it. Like, well, okay. Like, it's just, and there's a lot of, I don't know, other times I got fired. I remember once I was eating a smoked meat sandwich while I was working. The whole time I had like a bunch of food. I was eating and working. And then the guy told me to leave. If you're not going to work, leave. I'm like, all right. And another time I was...
You know what's crazy? Because I work with Gabe now. People don't know. Like, I work with Gabe, right?
I'm better now, though.
He's better now, but there's things that he does. I could see, like, hey, Gabe, do this, and then he does it. Then he's like, but why? He's like, well, you didn't tell me I need to do. I'm like, like this additional thought. Like I get it as a person who works with you.
See, it's the practicality.
I'm sure there's things about me that you hate. I'm sure.
No, but it's nothing to do with your work ethic. It's nothing to do. You're not doing anything wrong. Oh, did you see in the Super Bowl? So I forgot who won.
The Chiefs.
Okay, so the Chiefs won, right? And then on Biden's Twitter and Instagram, he posted a picture of him like going like this with like red eyes, being like, "It's exactly how we drew it up."
Yeah, because apparently they're saying the NFL is all rigged and it's all planned by like Republicans or Democrats to say like, in this year in the script, this is who's gonna win, and they wanted her to win because he's pro-vaccine.
Yeah,
and she's Taylor Swift, the biggest.
Yeah, Taylor Swift
biggest
was,
lady on the planet right now.
Taylor Swift was dating the football
She's
player.
dating, the football player.
So
They're so
and then they were gonna be like, apparently they were the whole time they were saying like at the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift is gonna what's it called? Support? What's the word? You know support.
Opa.
Like when like a celebrity endorse.
Yeah.
She was gonna endorse Biden at the Super Bowl, which doesn't make any sense. Like why would Taylor Swift go on?
You just need to say it. That's the beauty of the internet. You just have enough people saying it.
Why would Biden? Why would Taylor Swift be like, I support Biden?
It's so crazy because she, if you look at that love story, football player, like she looks like a cheerleader. This is the American high school fantasy. She talks about breakups and love, the whole thing, as if she's a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
That's that story of them, because I saw photos of them. I'm like, that is Americana.
Yeah, American.
The football player dating the gorgeous blonde, white, skinny girl. There's nothing more white Americana than the football player dating the head
like
cheerleader.
Again. Yeah,
it's her whole music is high school. Me. I am the problem. It's me. Why do I know this?
Damn, I didn't know that was her too. She did a lot.
That's the only thing I know of her.
I know the song. You need to calm down. You're being too loud.
Is that what your girlfriend sings to you?
I'm like farting in my sleep.
Listen, I wish them the best.
Yeah.
I
wish you guys the best. All right.
Taylor,
Taylor,
Mr. Football, he's
Mr. American.
Honestly, okay, this is gonna piss off some people. I think he could do better than Taylor.
That's also a big thing on the internet. People are saying that.
He is a stunner.
Yeah.
Okay. He is so handsome.
People are saying,
Taylor, she's very pretty.
Yeah.
He could have whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's so handsome. He's an alpha male. He's a winner.
Yeah.
And with I don't think you should judge a woman based on her past history. Okay. We're past beyond that. But when her past history, it's all in song form, but how all her ex-boyfriends were mean and bad, I'll be like, if I was him, but I'm not. But if I was him, I'd be like, are you gonna write a song about me if I make a mistake or I cheat on you or whatever?
If I fumble the ball.
If I fumble the ball, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go on are you gonna do basically what she does is what Cat Williams did in that interview. She's like, all these people are bad. And she goes on stage and she's like, all these people are bad. In song form. That's all.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think he could do it. Don't you think he's so handsome?
Yeah, honestly.
He is, as a specimen, better than her.
I don't even remember what he looks like. He looks like a bald eagle. I swear, he looks so American. That's cool.
He's the most American guy. Yeah. Just a real alpha soldier.
Yeah. Okay, one last thing. Talking about American, all this stuff. Yeah.
How can one be so hard?
Do you know the actor Glenn Powell?
No.
So he's like he's going to be, mark my words, I don't care about actors, but for some reason I care about box office.
Okay.
I don't know why.
What's his name?
His name is Glenn Powell. He's going to be the new Tom Cruise.
Ooh. Show me Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Glenn. Wait, you need to.
I have an idea who it is. Let's see if what I had in mind is who you're gonna talk about.
This guy. Do you know him? Have you seen? He's in Top Gun.
He's old. He's like 60 years old.
No. He's like 30.
I bet he's 40-something years old.
No way. He's 30.
Glenn Powell is in his. There's not
35. Oh, that's pretty old.
35.
Okay, so
he looks older.
The reason I say he's on he's doing all the similar roles that him and Tom Cruise used to do when they first started, like weird independent stuff at the beginning of their career. Now it's like superstar action stuff, and Tom Cruise is taking him under his wing and put him in Top Gun, and now he's in all these upcoming action movies, and like it's either that or he's gonna be like replace Chris Pratt in a bunch of movies. I'm thinking, yeah. So that's my prediction for 2024 into 2025. It's
too old.
No, it's not true. It's no.
Look, Timothée Chalamet, in my opinion, is going to replace Johnny Depp. But Timothée Chalamet, they're grooming him. He's 20. We're seeing him in sci-fi. The kids are loving him, and then he's going to be like, he's a chocolate factory guy.
But he's the kind of guy, Johnny Depp, and they both did a lot of movies during the year. Tom Cruise is the kind of guy that does like one movie every 2 years. That's the biggest movie ever. He's going to be one of those guys.
Okay.
Where it's like
Glenn Powell.
That's what I think.
All right. He's a yummy. If you know what I'm talking about.
Glenn Powell. He's got lines, and he's in the new Twister movie coming up. Remember Twister in the 90s?
Talk about movies, dude. You know what I saw? And I forgot how amazing that movie is. I saw Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Oh, yeah. That movie's funny.
I was laughing. I think people at Netflix, they're like, we need something. We need Arabs and Jews to get together and stop fighting. Let's release Don't Mess with the Zohan again.
Zohan's great.
It is so good.
Yeah.
I like they were at a beach in Tel Aviv. I'm like, I think I was
there.
there.
That's great.
Like, and it's true. Like the like Israeli men, they're like disco, and it's kind of all the girls are hot. You know my joke. Like they're all in shape.
Yeah. That movie's awesome. That movie's
that movie is fantastic.
It's
like punchline after punchline after punchline. And that lady, by the way, that girl, she's a Montrealer. You know, like the hot girl, the sister of the Phantom. The hairdresser. Yeah. She's a Montrealer.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So funny.
Yeah, good movie.
So goddamn funny.
I need to rewatch it.
Like it's just like guys. It's basically what I say. Like guys, we live in Canada. Let's not bring the hatred from back home here. Let's get together and let's fight the evil corporation.
Yeah.
It's the white man. In this case, it's like a white developer, but it's like it could represent the industrial military complex.
No, it's fucking
like they're making money out of our hate. Don't sponsor. You know what I mean? Anyways,
that's good.
All right, guys. That's
Thanks for listening and
we
watching.
Love you.
We love you.
Guys, subscribe.
Subscribe, baby.
Rate it 5 stars. Right. If you watch the whole thing, right in the bottom, like, hey, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And comment. We love you. I love you, Eugene. Mwah. Assalamu alaikum, buddy.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.